I'm going to pull out some paper and put all these other markers away because, well, actually, I don't really care that much. Doing a different kind of drawing. I draw, but I want to take a break from working on the book. Yeah. At the same time, make something interesting. Damn, how's the other phone already at 9%? Damn, I didn't charge it. My bad. Oh, you can edit the live. Okay. Let me do something here. No views. It says I have one view. It's what it says. Okay. All right. Let's just roll with it. All right. Mainly right now, I want to do something I'm actually going to sell on my store. That's really what I wanted to work on today. I was debating on doing it, but I've decided why not? We got to do something simplistic. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up an image reference. I need some ideas, honestly. No, let's just do our own original thing. I was looking at just like simplistic images, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I wanted to go that far. I think I'll just draw like a dragon or something. I'm gonna do my own design. So when I don't want to do something original, that's when I need to do it. That's usually how it goes. Push myself. That's what I need to do. Is that Mo? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see here. Do I gotta know. Go to channel. Okay, it's not somebody I know. You look like somebody I know. That's why I was like, wait a minute. I'm not going to say his full name. We're just calling by his nickname, but oh gosh, why is it doing that? But yeah, we used to call him Mo. Yeah, you were recognizable for a second. Just because your arms. He had a similar build to you. I used to know him when I was living in Alabama, but I don't live there anymore, so. All right. I got the eyes. I'm doing the most generic dragon drawing I can do possible. But yeah, how's everybody doing? How are people in the world right now? I got no real questions. I don't really know what to ask. I'm just gonna ask that and see how y'all are doing, I guess. See, this is the most socializing I actually do is just streaming. I don't really socialize. Oh dang, that's even more kind of spooky and uncanny. Yeah, I was in Birmingham for a little while. Yeah, we're drawing a dragon. A dragon. I'm not even gonna try to like. Well, no, I say that, but then I want to try. Like, it's like I don't want to try too hard. I'm just gonna be really loose and have fun with the lines here. But some part of me wants to really like be perfect. I don't know what is going on with myself today. There's no specific influence. It's just, some shapes and things. I don't even know. Going back to my roots is what I am doing. So I've been drawing a lot of, newer type styles. So like whatever this is, I'm gonna pull this up. Whatever these characters are in this, but I'm gonna go back to what I used to draw. Even though I haven't done it in a while. It's been a freaking couple of years actually. I don't really draw like this, but I'm trying to see how it feels again, I guess. I don't know. Yep. This actually gives me like the weirdest sense of nostalgia right now doing this because I don't use a pencil like this and I haven't held it. And this is how I used to draw when I was in high school. This is so weird. Giving myself cold sweats just thinking about it. We're going to do it. I'm forcing myself through this because part of me is resisting. Part of me is like, no, we don't draw like this anymore. And now I'm fighting that. I'm fighting my nature. I don't understand myself anymore. And all the little perfectionism things I'm doing. I guess he left. Well, that's okay. Or maybe they're still there and it's just erroring. Sometimes it does weird stuff. Been having a lot of issues with the live stream app lately. See, the thing about dragons or dinosaurs, we get it wrong. We try to make them look kind of skeletal or like show off the cheeks and all that. But dragons or even dinosaurs, dragons don't exist, but dinosaurs probably had more fat on their faces and stuff than what we actually think. Probably. But I'm used to drawing them sort of like the classic, lizard dinosaur shape. Even with that and then like the teeth showing and all that. Yep. Y'all play Spore Hero. It's kind of the thing that inspired my way of drawing was watching Spore Hero, how you'd place the scales and stuff.
Now, some people, they go into a stream and they realize they don't want to be here that long, so they just go. And I totally get it. It's fine. Like, they're just checking in. I don't expect anybody to stick around long term or even talk that much. But it's nice when people do. You know, I don't expect it, but it's interesting. Especially lately, because I'm not used to having so many people come in, and then since I'm doing it on the shorts feed, that's changed everything for me. I've never had that. I actually admitted something to my buddy today. I said, this has been my dream, getting up to 100 views just drawing live. I've never had that happen. Never. And I've worked my butt off to learn how to stream and do all that stuff, and I still never made it. And then suddenly, I try on the shorts feed, and it just works out. Kind of nutty. Whatever. So I'm kind of addicted to doing this now. This is kind of fun. I made streaming enjoyable for myself, I guess. Hope I don't get too addicted to it. Hopefully I get back into working a normal job and paying the bills. That's what I don't ever use YouTube as an excuse. I don't look at it that way. Like, feel sorry for me. Please pay me money. Or watch my video, that one video I made that was kind of good. I'm not going to make anybody do that. I've changed. I understand the like economy and how things are. A lot of people don't have money. A lot of people are very busy now. It's just not the same. 10, 12 years ago, you could make a few really decent videos, get some good traction. I even remember getting a lot of views, and then it just dropped off. Like, it's just not the same. Growth, you have to evolve quite a bit now to grow. What am I even saying? Well, I know what I'm saying, but it's just I'm learning so many things now that it's like, yeah, I really didn't put a lot of faith or trust in shorts or the shorts feed, but that's really where all the traffic is going because people's attention spans are lower. I mean, let's just be honest. And that's where they're going to go. They're not going to sit through a long, essay or review or even a documentary all the time. You can have short snippets of it, and then if they really get hooked by that short snippet, then you got something. That's just the way it is now. It's kind of sad. You work so hard on a video, and it's like 10 views. That happened to me. I worked my butt off on a few videos, and I decided I have a more optimized editing style for it now. So I do a lot of work in the beginning of the video and then some stuff in the middle, and then that's it. Because I don't expect anybody to really watch past 5 minutes. So I just edit as far as 5 minutes. Unless I start getting paid. But I'm like, I know that a lot of the topics, it really just, actually, I just realized it depends on the topic. Some topics I will put more work into the video. Just really depends. I'm just making sure I'm seeing everybody in chat in case there is anybody, which I don't think would be a lot of people right now. It's kind of late. Most of my analytics tell me a lot of my viewers are in America, so I want to practice drawing organic shapes because I want to do both because I've been drawing a lot of robotic, harsh very specific cartoony shapes, but I need to remember the fundamentals of realism on some level. So I'm going to just go back to doing that because I feel like I'm going to be losing a part of my ability if I don't practice some realism. Dragons were always something that I would try to challenge myself to make them look more and more believable, at least on some level. At least with their shape, like how realistic does their body look, that kind of thing. You know, it's not a real creature. I just get 16 people out of nowhere. That's crazy. That is nutty. Hello, people. How are y'all doing? There, I drew a little. I always draw like tiger or cat hands for dragons. It's just kind of how I do it now. All right. I do better when I draw creatures that aren't real creatures. I end up making them look better than if I were to draw a horse right now or a cow or something. Very easy. They say that, quote unquote, very easy, but I botch it up almost always. Okay. Kind of want to. You can't even see these lines. I'm doing them so light, so when I go over them, I can trace over this more easily. I kind of want to make it look like the hand is off the ground. I don't know what I'm doing with it per se. I just want to do something weird, kind of interesting, because it's back. I don't know why it's back, but I gotta figure out exactly what I want to do. Does it though? I hope it does. Wonder if I can make this look easier to see. Yeah, if I tap on a certain spot, it changes the exposure. So maybe you can see these lines better. Okay. I'm just going to worry about that hand after. I want to get to like more of the shaping of the neck. Now, I've been drawing dragons a long time, and I stepped away from doing it, but it doesn't ever leave me. This isn't something that you can just, like, years and years of fundamentals, just shake it off. This is the stuff that built my ability to draw, you know, was drawing just a lot of dragons for no reason at all. So it's something I really do know how to do. Even on a bad day, I could do this very easily. This is the wing that I gotta get. I used to struggle with the wings so bad, but I do a little trick now. I don't ever show them flailed out. I hide parts. So I kind of cheat, but that's just me. Everybody's got like weird workarounds. This is mine. Is forced perspective. If I don't do some forced perspective, I will fail badly. I think every artist has like some way of making something look good, but they kind of cheated. I don't believe any artist truly doesn't cheat on some level. Okay, I don't know. You know what I want to do is follow like a line and just taper it off. Yeah. That would help me quite a bit. How far down do I want the wings to go? Right there. Right there. Try to make it look like there's some folds in the wing. so it doesn't just look off, you know? That's important. Okay. I'm already pretty happy with that. Actually, that's like the best wing I've done. And I'm like low-key trying not to admit it, like, oh my gosh, that's actually on accident, kind of the best one I've ever pulled off. But yeah. Okay. Cool. And then I just gotta draw another one about yay over here-ish. Drawing a dragon who someone wrote something and it's not visible, but I appreciate the thing, even though I don't know what you wrote. I wonder why it hit it, why I can't see it. Okay. You know, the part of the wing has to be like the strongest, most intense part of the body because it's holding up so much. Like, it's crazy if you think about it. It's got to push a lot of weight. Like, these guys got to have some built-ass arm. Way. It's just some skinny little dinky little arm, but they could be really long, obviously. So I know there's some people who can draw like this. I don't know how to do that. I already hate where I put that. I'm gonna angle it forward. I'm gonna change it. I like this, but I don't like without just kind of forcing the perspective a little bit this way. Yeah, I gotta try to angle it forward so I can give myself something fun to look at. Not just it's up here. Like, that's boring. Nobody cares about that. Nobody wants to see that. I like how I actually just did some shit posts on my channel and now I'm doing some real content. I go from real content to just shit posts. It's hilarious. I don't have a good in-between. I either do something kind of decent or very, very half-assed. I notice how different groups will take to it. Like, you'll get a bunch of views for the half-ass stuff, and you're like, what? This doesn't make sense. How did that happen? Whatever. You live and you learn, I guess. I'm gonna angle that one down. It's trickier overlapping. What I did here is so much easier to do. When you're doing a side view wing, oh god, it's a lot more going on than you think. Because if you forget where each one is, that's happened to me. And also just not understanding like placement, it can look so wonky, especially when you start shading it too. You got to make sure the perspective and depth looks right. Okay. So here's the thing about a wing. The internal part can bend in, but then the other finger could go down and bend like right here, right? And then I got to like interpret and taper it in that way. And then we get the third one, which goes up. But you see how it's too far down? I have to really be careful because I could just draw a straight line, but I got to kind of draw an invisible line here. Yeah, it's about this kind of arc. There's a little bit of overlap. I'm drawing it there because I just can't risk not placing this right. This would drive me absolutely up the wall if I didn't place it correctly. So we're just gonna make sure. All right. Damn. All right. And then I'm gonna draw an invisible line for the finger there. And I think that's it, because oh, there was 4 fingers, but I just have to erase it. Don't say anything. There's 3 now. Because 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that one's there. Okay. Easy peasy. I guess. Except this is in the wrong spot here. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. That means actually I did this all wrong. Oh God, I did this all wrong. Okay, there you go. Fixed. Like it never happened. I'm a pro. I'm a damn expert. I know how to draw dragons. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. This could turn into a damn painting. I have paint. I really could just straight up do that. Try to not botch it up too much. I'm feeling more confident about messing around with this hand here now. Like after getting those wings done, I'm pretty happy with them. So I guess we'll just mess around with what I want to do with this. You know what's funny? People said they didn't have time to watch me draw earlier, and then now people say they have time. Like they're acting like they can sit through that. That's so strange. I think it's something to do with people staying up late because they've already like dealt with their day and they're ready for some chill like energy. But earlier in the day, they're like, nope, I don't got time for this. It's so funny. I'm like, okay. You do you, boo. Do what you want. She's like dancing. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to make up a reason for it. We're going to like draw some uneven ground or something weird and just roll with it because I'd rather this picture look interesting than static. I got to draw some back legs now and the rest of the body because that's the tricky part. The leg. Because if I'm doing the under chest area here, I got to imagine kind of, what the hell? There are tiny fruit flies and I've been trying to kill them, but whatever. I'm just going to pretend I know what I'm doing with this leg. And it'll look right, but I'm not doing what I normally do, which is actually tracking and layering over everything, which you probably should do. If you want to like get it to look really like correct. But that's where I'm going to put the back leg. I think it looks okay enough. Like I'll make it look better. But the other one, I don't want to just put it next to it. You can't do that. It's not right. That's the chest. That's the stomach. If the leg's here, that means his leg's way up on his body. It's really weird how this works. So you got to kind of put the leg, I don't know. It's like tucked. It's weird. It's tucked there, but that's proper width. Because if I do try to make it look wider, it won't look proportionally correct. So that's the second leg. Then I got to do the tail. If I want the tail to curve, it's going to come off, come up. Just got to imagine it. I'm imagining the tail. This is a trick. Before you even do the line, just test the line placement in your mind. Do some Jedi mind tricks. There you go. There's the tail. You can vaguely see it, but it's there. I'm like, I don't know if anybody's chatting, but there's people here. Okay. I'm going to get these scales placed. This is like a speed drawing. Yeah, and I'll sell, if you guys want to buy this drawing, I'll sell it on my Redbubble. I can put it on a shirt or a mug or something dumb, but I got to finish it, obviously. Except we're going to do some fancy stuff. We're going to use like a brush. Yeah. We're going to complement the loose lines instead of try to make them look super specific. Yeah. Now that's, to me, is the shit. This is how you rizz up your drawing real fast. You gotta be really careful because a lot of ink can come out of these brush pens, but they're so fun because they just glide and like taper and leave a lot of like cool looking. It's it's always interesting to look at it when you're done. That's what I like about using the brush pen. And try not to overlap lines because I mean, I say try, like you're gonna end up doing it and it'll still look okay. But with lines that look intentional, there's something so beautiful about it and graceful. Like it's like they meant to do that, you know? Instead of, oh shoot, and then you thicken up the line to hide your mistake. It just shows like you're a rookie. Even though you might have done it like a rookie and then fixed it properly, you just got to try your best. That's all I'm saying. Try your best. Be real careful. See how I did that? Broad. Got to go with confidence. If you don't go in with confidence, sometimes it will ruin that continuity. That's another thing. So I got to be like, see what I mean? I already broke off right there. That's a mistake. It don't look like much, but that's a mistake. Straight up. I think what I'm going to do is use something else for like the hand area, and I'm just going to go. Probably I have to fix these legs. I can't even like bother with them properly yet. People like simplistic, like painterly drawings. I've noticed. It's something people really like. Okay. I was like, I'm talking too fast and too loud, and then I got real quiet. Scare away the people. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to get all crazy over here. Okay. Sparingly for the face, I want to break up the stylization a little bit. I got a marker like brush pen thing I can use. Just know that I want to make sure I get some of these like really precise so that you can see the detail and we don't lose too much. I'm gonna lower this just because it feels like it follows it better. I think that's why I'm doing it, probably. So there's a weird glitch with the YouTube Live. If I set my own custom title before I go live, the whole stream like crashes or goes mute. Nobody can hear anything. If I put a custom thumbnail, it'll time out. So I don't know what's going on with that. So you gotta be like really careful with it, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So there's this thing I do with lines. Sometimes you gotta get like kind of sassy or expressive and just be bold, you know, just kind of like trust your gut with certain things. Don't worry so much about perfection. You have to learn to make mistakes and be comfortable with your feel or your like muscle memory, because you're going to have better results overall. See, that looks okay. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. I think I need to fix this up a little bit more. It's just not wide enough, but I think I can do it with the marker. Just have to start here. Yeah, it just needs to be like a little bit more on the outside. Not by much, but then that would look correct proportionally. Oh, I already messed it up. Oops. Just gonna go with it. I'm going to end up fixing a lot of these lines with the brush pen, so I'm not worried about the arm right now as much. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go back over those. Heck, I'll just do it real quick, because that's what I'm going to end up doing anyways. It's nice to know that they already exist. The line's already there. I don't want to do too much. I want a strong outline so I can crop this picture though. So I'll make sure, at least for the most part, on the outer edge part, I can just crop it out pretty easily. See, the thing with hind legs, the muscle is reversed, just like your calf, but it's the other way around. So it's going to taper downward that way. And that's just placement. I'm not worried about too much crazy amount of detail because, I mean, that's not the focal point. I'm going to optimize for the face, the arms up here. Really, that's all I care about. See, you'd think I would want to erase these pencil lines, but what I'm actually doing is just incorporating the messiness to it's a stylistic choice. If you know how to do it right, trace over them really quickly. Don't like try to make them look perfect. You're just preserving, because you're going to erase everything else anyways, the sort of the direction or the shading that you tried to imply, kind of. But you're going to do that with a pen. It takes a lot of practice, but if you can do it right, it looks really cool. Now I'm just doing it without even any pencil, which also I've done a lot of practicing to do that. All right. I say sometimes you can just go freehand with the pen, because if you draw with pencil and then have to go over it, it sometimes can look overly drawn. And I've learned the hard way by doing that. Tracing over stuff too much just ends up looking kind of bad. So in a weird way, inadvertently looks better when you do less effort. I don't know why that works, but it does. So that's just what I do sometimes. But with the wings, I definitely like to put a little bit more effort in the line work and the shaping, because you're looking at a very broad shape, you know? For wings, I gotta turn this because I do not want to mess this line up. And then I mess it up. Okay. I messed it up. I don't even care anymore. Just fucking. I'm actually going to admit something right here. I will erase that in post. I'm going to scan this picture and I am going to erase that. I had a feeling I was going to mess it up. I had a feeling. It's a tricky line, but yeah, I'll just draw over it or erase it. It's going to be all right. I don't care. You don't want to grip the pencil or pen too tight either. Like, you're going to want to like make sure, you got to be like so loose and just trust the curve. Really. That's why I messed that up. You can't control it. You really can't. You got to trust the pencil and you're literally just working your elbow. You're not working your wrist. You're not working your fingers. You're working your shoulder and your elbow more than you're doing anything else. Different part. Oh fuck, I messed it up. I messed it up. See, if I tell you what I'm supposed to do and then I do it. See? I thought about it. Don't think. Just do. Don't think. This is exactly it. Don't think. You got to just feel it. Feel it out. How am I going to fix that? I just freaking started controlling the line. Like, I told my brain, please don't do the thing. Starts doing it. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. You know what? It's just a part of it now. This is a part of the picture. Even if I were to draw over it with lines and stuff, it's just a permanent weird shape in the drawing, and it's artistic now. It's just going to be there. Might as well just get weird with all of the insides of the wing so that no matter what you're looking at, it kind of all just makes sense. You know? I guess that's just how things are. Wait. Yeah. I want the muscle definition over here too. Lots of little things to indicate muscle definition. Well, that's my random dragon, I guess. As crazy and imperfect as he is, I still think he's all right. We've been going 50 minutes.
All right. I need my cap.
That's not bad for 50 minutes. I'm not going to lie.
That's actually not bad. Where did I put my marker cap? Oh, it's right here. I need to put these in a better place than just random. You know? I just can't do this to myself. Okay, so now it's just about carefully erasing lines and coloring, I guess. You can always color and go back over the lines, which may end up making the picture look better, honestly. But do it sparingly. Be very careful. There's many different ways to do it. I forgot to draw the foreground, and I just messed it up, but I don't care. Be a thug about your drawing. Don't act like you care all the time, you know?
That's the point. You got to purposefully sabotage sometimes. That's what I think. Yep. If a drawing doesn't feel satisfyingly like chaotic, like it was always supposed to be like this, you got to do it over again until you start feeling like natural about it. Like there's a flow to everything. Your flow, whatever that looks like. It could just be, you know, put on some music and you start drawing to the rhythm of the song or whatever you're doing, you know. Find a flow state. Another thing I also think about is AI makes art look so perfect that a bad looking drawing now looks normal, which is so funny. It's like if you want to look like a real artist, don't try. Just do it badly. Yep. And then AI won't ever get in on your stick figures. I mean, it can try, but it can't get on your level, you know? You're just too good. What was I even going to bother doing with this dragon? I don't even know. I was like, I got shadows, I got lines. But I kind of just want to do something like I got watercolor right here, literally under here. I don't ever use these, but you know what? I'm thinking, why not? I just got to put this on top. I'll just put my wallet under here. That'll work. Placeholder. I got very little colors, but I got this tray. All right. This is my thought. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. All I need is a tray with water. I can just place color. This is how I used to do it. You don't necessarily have to. You could do one of two things. You could take the brush, take a little bit off the top part, or you dab spots and shadows and placements of texture and color, which I might just do this, honestly. And then you just color the water over it very lightly. Okay, so I got light blue, I got purple, very limited colors, but I think I'm going to work with them to build some kind of profile, you know. The light point over here is going to have the light blue. And then we go back to the dark blue. I guess the dark point on the other side will just be some accents of purple. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. When you're drawing lines, sometimes you want to keep into like a space where that's where the muscle stops. Like you want to make sure it's coloring just sort of the shapes. Even with faces, you want to just go around the cheekbone, block it off a little bit, create segments, you know. It teaches you where the muscles are, you know, like as if you know anatomy, pretend you know anatomy, I guess. All right, let's move on to some purple because we've used a lot of this blue. More of a purpley pink, but still. I realized I did not draw any lines on the other ear. It doesn't match up. So I gotta like fix that. There we go. Just something. So this is another type of brush pen that I got, but I think I want to touch up some lines here. It's a middleman type brush pen. Maybe define some shapes a little bit more. Yeah. Just a little bit. Not too much. Because if you broaden up too many lines, it doesn't break it up enough. And then we also got to worry about this tail here. Don't forget about the tail. It's very important. That's something I did before. I didn't color the tail, looked at the picture and was like, oh shoot. And you have to recolor everything again, I guess, because you messed up. I'm just kidding. Not really. You don't really have to recolor everything. Just color the tail. Get it right. And just indicate where the tail might be going. There. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint over this with a normal brush, and then I'm going to actually color in with pencil. So it's going to be a medium between watercolor, pencil, and marker, all in all. I got to get the water. And I had an idea before my last stream to use this thing. I just stick water inside the cap part, which I have like, what is it called? It's like a syringe, but it's not a syringe. It went to a thing I had before, but I'm going to try to get some water in here. That's the idea.
I dropped it. Nope, I messed it up. I messed it up. Oh my gosh. Oh, I messed it up. I need something else. I need like a lid. That's all I need. Stupid lid. I have picked my sacrificial lid. This goes to my coconut oil, but I really don't care. And that's now being sacrificed. That'd be a lot easier for me. I'm just gonna do this while standing. So I have the water off camera. It's a lot easier to do it that way. So I can dab it while sitting. I'm overthinking this. I can really just sit down and dab the water. You go lighter and then you go darker. You never try to go too dark too quick with a drawing. Lines, everything, even color. You're building up color. You're building up the shading. So you can dial it back down because you don't have, pretend you can't edit this picture, obviously. Like you're not doing digital. So you got to look at it that way. At least that's how I learned. It's weird when you're actually just like you're on an app and you can just draw on the app and you can just rework all the colors, every single layer and channel. No problem. It's not old-fashioned at all. I kind of want to just go a little crazy with the water and use a bigger brush. Actually, I'm going to use this brush. Yeah, the one that's a little messed up looking. I actually found these on the ground. A homeless person just threw them on the ground and was like, didn't want them. I said, you know what, I'm going to give them a home. I'll end up using them one day. Just want to kind of, yeah, I want to go a little rough with these colors and put more water. Even though this is the wrong paper for this. This is not. But I don't care. Let's just have fun and do it anyways. Oh yeah, I like this is a lot better, in my opinion. It blends quite a bit more. So I was dreading doing the wings. I'm gonna do the wings. I'm gonna have to put a lot of water and just do that, something like that. Like I said before, I'm working on a book. It's called Hollow Mecha. You can watch my past streams kind of explaining it. I'm already on day 3 working on it. But I am going to actually make sort of a graphic novel. That's what the other drawings were. I was just kind of showing it. Yep. Never tackled a story like that, but it's something I've always wanted to do. And I feel like it's my time in my life. I've really matured and been through enough to settle myself down and work on something like that. Finally. And commit. I never fully commit. That's the biggest problem. We all struggle with that, I think.
You ever met anybody where you draw like a picture, but they don't like you? So they like hate your art, but they just don't like you? Does that ever happen to anybody in their life? I had that happen to me a lot. Like, they're like, oh, it's a cool drawing, but, you know, I don't know what it was. They didn't want to use it or something because they had something against you. It's so funny. Alrighty. Let me see about using some paint or something. I don't know yet. Like real paint mixed with the watercolor. I said I'll just do pencil, but something in the back of my mind is kind of itching at me to do it. I'm ready for the big leagues. I think I also have watercolors in this. This is a kit. I'm going to show you guys again. Big old drawing kit. And I got all sorts of stuff in here. Even more brushes. If I ever run out of brushes, I got more. They're not the best quality, but they'll get the job done. Okay. That's not what I want. Yeah, I kind of want to mess with these acrylics. Ultramarine. Oh, these are watercolor. What am I doing? What am I saying? Bro, that's watercolor. Okay. We got blue. We got purple. We got black. It's about to get lit up in here. It's about to get crazy. I got white. I can play with white. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do some watercolor. Except I gotta pee and I'll be right back. But yeah, we're gonna do it. Mess with some actual paint. Yeah, the kit was given to me by my landlord, which I appreciate. She didn't want it, didn't think she could find anybody that wanted it, so I took it. I haven't used one that's like this big, but I've definitely used similar before. Okay. How do I want to go about doing this? I'm thinking I just get another piece of paper and I just kind of put bits of paint on it and I steal from that, like, because I don't have like a painting tray. Actually, I don't have that, but what I do have is my creativity. That's what I got. So I'll use this. This is already a broken pen. This is perfect for stabbing. Stab, stab. Yeah, this is perfect. Hell, using the broken pen nib, I could dab like paint. Let's see how it flows before I do anything. Okay, that doesn't really like fall down or anything. I think we're gonna be okay. I think it's gonna be all right. All right. So the trick with watercolor paint, supposedly, is you can add water and it'll move it around more. But what I want to do with this paint is put it down in spots that are like shaded, shadowed. Yeah. I should probably use a smaller brush for this. Yeah, I'm gonna use a smaller brush. Big mistake choosing that brush. Where did I put the other one? Shoot. I'll use this one. I had the small brush. It was right in front of me. You know what I've done before? And I may do it again. Is let's take the cheapest one we got. I'm going to just modify a brush. Y'all ever done that before? You cut it down. Don't try this at home, I guess. This is dangerous. Not really. This is something I've done before. We're going to mod the brush. Just to get it smaller. I think that's about where I want it. Okay, now I got all these hairs everywhere, but whatever. Yeah, I want it a little bit more pointed. This brush, it was kind of a throwaway brush anyways. No big deal. So. Oh, that is a lot better. Oh, yeah. That is what I want. It's gonna look sexy. That's what we want. Yes. And we don't really have a really super pointy brush, so gotta make do with what we got. That song is in my head, but I'm not gonna sing the whole lyric because I get copyrighted. But one lyric was, "It comes and goes in waves. It always does. Always does." Mm-hmm. I want to listen to that song again. I do that later though. Too bad I don't got any music, but I did have some streaming music. I may do that in the future, but I'm not gonna worry about it. But like no copyright. It's like a playlist I made. It's kind of annoying to listen to the same songs over and over though. Actually, some of them did get eventually like updated to copyright, so I got to figure out which ones are not usable anymore. Oh yeah, I want some black. I want to mix this up. Use some darker colors. I don't want just blue. Without black. Oh, also this pokey thing has got to get soaked, I guess. Yeah, because there's too much water on it. Oh no. How do I have 3 people in here and they're not talking? But I'm glad y'all are here. You know, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. That's good enough. All right. A little bit of blue is going to mix with the black, but I can't get this any more perfect. I'm just going to roll with it. Unless I very carefully poke this. Yeah. Very carefully. Take some, put some over there. Should always take the caps and put them back on the paint instead of leaving it to dry, because that's stupid. I'm an idiot. See, the caps aren't on. You see what I did here? All right. I did it to myself again. I literally just set the brush down. Okay, I found it. Like, please don't do it anymore. Does it again. Quite literally. Oh man, black is so much better